I recently finished watching Batman the Animated Series. I've been wanting to review it for a long time now, but I never got around to watching it, and just a small episode review wouldn't do this masterpiece justice. I mean, on one hand, it's an incredible show in just about every aspect of storytelling, and on the other hand, oh wait, there is no other hand. The writing of this show is absolutely phenomenal and probably the best part of the show in my opinion. There were so many screenwriters who worked on this show who are recognizable. Paul Dini, who wrote many incredible episodes like Heart of Ice and whose entire career is Batman, Batman, and more Batman, to Bruce Timm, to Alan Burnett, to Martin Pasco, and many more, who are all established DC writers with decades of experience in this dark, brooding world. And that's the thing that really set this show apart. The writers all wrote plots based directly off comics that they had made themselves. Honestly, this entire show is so well written, other than a few jokey episodes like the basement episode, and the plots are extremely well handled and paced. The dialogue is really cool and makes Batman really badass in a lot of scenes. From being the Batman ninja, where he always scares Gordon and comes out of the shadows, to the brooding and epic dialogue between Ra's al Ghul and Batman, to even the way the episodes are structured. It's also artistically well executed, and you can tell he spent a lot of time working on every detail and molding this show into the masterpiece of screenwriting it became. I mean, just look at this!
Mockridge may have his money, but he won't be sleeping well. How much is a good night's sleep worth? Now there's a riddle for you.
But that's nothing, we haven't even gotten into the characters. Aw man, the characters might just be the best part of this show. Seriously, we got it all here. The best Harley Quinn, the best Joker, the best Two-Face, the best Mr. Freeze. This show literally saved so many characters from the comics with so much untapped potential, made each one of them into their own worlds. Each character literally has their own score, which we'll get into later, and the voices are super well done here, which we'll also get to a bit later. But generally, these writers took these admittedly pretty stupid character concepts at times, and made them into the best possible versions of themselves. Heart of Ice delves into Mr. Freeze's heartbreaking past in the best possible way, making him such a more complex villain than just a maniac out to freeze people. The Riddler episodes feel exciting and suspenseful and always make you smile every time a new riddle is discovered and it clicks in your head. The Joker and Harley episodes rapidly expand on their character dynamic as the troublesome duo, and pretty much all their episodes are enjoyable. The episodes with Ra's al Ghul feel adventurous and explore literally other countries with their ambitious attempts to expand him and his daughter's backstories and motivations. Two-Face is really well handled here, not just in his introduction, but even up to the end of the show, where his character is shown to be so much more complex than you can tell at first glance.
Good old Bruce, he's never given up on me. Always been my best friend. I remember when we used to close the town at the Half Moon Club. Most fun we ever had.
I mean, these guys could go up against the Dark Knight cast any day, and that's not even getting into Bruce himself and his inner struggles as the Dark Knight.
Stop! No!
What happened that made you put this on?
A painful memory.
Now, with that said, not every character was super well handled. Like, obviously it would have been nice if Bane got more dedication, or Mad Hatter being as annoying and lame as he can sometimes be in my opinion, but the vast majority of the cast is pretty well done here. Overall, the 85 episode span of this show gave these characters tons of time to shine and showed how complex kids' cartoon characters can be, as long as you hand the potential to the right writers and crew. Ah yes, the best part of this show, the music. As someone who plays trumpet and piano, I have to say it was super fun to play that theme that starts whenever Batman comes in. But in all seriousness, the music is absolutely incredible. Let's start with the theme song itself, composed brilliantly by Danny Elfman. Honestly, I could listen to it all day, and it really made me appreciate Danny Elfman more as a composer. I never really paid attention to him aside from the Spider-Man movies and some other things. Apparently Elfman had originally turned the job down, so surely Walker was hired to do it. But after Elfman changed his mind and remastered his old '89 theme, Walker's was moved to the second season theme for Batman and Robin episodes. Walker also composed the majority of all the other soundtracks and pieces throughout the show, which which I'm a little more interested in personally. Her musicality and leadership is honestly audible through the screen, and I love how each character was dedicated to a 15-minute or so soundtrack for their specific arc. It fits in well and gives each character a unique zing to remember them by. While Walker did lead most of the 137-minute soundtrack, at least 24 other composers contributed to this show and made it what it is. Walker walked away with a bunch of awards for the show as well. Walked. The voice acting might just be the best part of the show. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill alone are just incredible. They're honestly a fantastic matchup and both give phenomenal performances. Like, I'm not even a huge fan of Mark Hamill, but even I have to admit this is probably his best performance ever, Star Wars included. As for Kevin Conroy, he is freaking incredible as Batman. Like, he's better than Bale, Clooney, Affleck, Arnett, West, or whoever else. His menace and brash voice comes out as Batman, and his gentle and caring voice comes out as Wayne. It's honestly beautiful to watch. As for the other voice actors, they're all fantastic as well. Harley's voice is perfect for the role, Harvey's is awesome, Commissioner Gordon is awesome, Robin and Alfred are both perfect. Honestly, every casting choice here was amazing. Here it is, the real best aspect of this show. I've said that jokingly about every segment so far, but the animation is by far the most recognizable, most beautifully artistic, and most creative part of Batman the Animated Series. The theme song itself is a masterpiece of artistry, with a very high quality animation for its time. The awesome explosions that look sick, but also make sense in the story, and in the theme song specifically, the movement of every frame, as well as the unique art style changes like the Batmobile or Batman's face in one shot. Each shot looks special and can be framed on a wall, and the same honestly goes for the show itself. Each character's design is absolutely stunning, from Joker's amazing body and face design, to Harley Quinn's unforgettable outline, to Two-Face's uniquely blue, for some reason, second half. The character design here is absolutely perfect, and a lot of these characters are widely defined by these designs in most of today's toys and branding. And then we get into the obvious part about this show's art style, and that's the shadows. Jesus Christ, there's a lot to talk about regarding how this show is animated. For starters, this show is animated on black cell paper, which obviously differs from the traditional white paper that's usually used. That clearly reflects the dark film noir tone of the show, gives a cool timeless aesthetic to Gotham by making it a 1930s city and also a 90s city at the same time, and made some iconic decisions like the red skies, which so many shows took inspiration from over the years. For example, the TMNT 1987 show had a few seasons emulating the Batman skies. The animating itself was outsourced to several Japanese, South Korean, and European companies. While some were bad, some, like Spectrum, were so meticulous in their attention to detail that they airbrushed Mr. Freeze's helmet in every frame he was in. Creator Bruce Timm said in a DVD commentary that attention to detail like this ultimately led these studios to bankruptcy. The thing of it like this, if they hadn't gone that extra mile, meticulously crafting each frame with care and love, would this show have been as legendary? Overall, Batman the Animated Series was awesome. It had stellar screenwriting by some of the best DC veteran writers to ever live. The characters live on to this day, and many amazing characters like Harley Quinn got their inception from this show. The music is beautiful and adds so much depth to the episodes. The voice acting is amazing, and the two leads deliver performances to set examples for every future incarnation. And the unique film noir style and animation makes Gotham timeless, and this show visual eye candy. Over the years, its influence has spanned far past Batman into the DC universe as a whole, into modern kids cartoons, and into entertainment in general. It won award after award, got named the best show in countless places, and has maintained that impeccable reputation almost 3 decades later. I honestly have nothing but respect for Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, Mitch Bryan, Eric Radomski, and all the other people who poured their hearts and souls into making this masterpiece, and I think it honestly stood the test of time. The fact that it still has a cult following 29 years after its start is astonishing to me, and I hope it stays for a long, long time, because he is vengeance, he is the night, he is Batman.
He always knew how to make an exit.